Welcome, Warhammer fans, to the mushroom forests of the Underdark, a place of wonder and beauty, where bioluminescent mushrooms paint the caverns in hues of blue, green, and violet. Don't be fooled. This is also a realm of danger, where the shadows hide horrors beyond imagination. Today's battle takes us deep into this alien landscape, where a group of mighty giants has dared to tread, only to find themselves hunted by a spectral host of wraiths. The battle seems unavoidable. Every clash, every spell cast in this forest of living light heightens the tension, but only one of them shall emerge victorious. Which one will it be?
I'm Edu. I'm playing Sons of WARHAMMER, so it's down here. This is my giants. Trying to play with the narrow passages, so they don't have the space to surround you.
Okay, so we have giants to the left, wraiths to the right. The giants are the underdog here as they are up against a ghost opponent. What are the wraiths planning?
My tactic for this scenario is that my army will swarm the giants so that they don't have the movement flexibility that I have and can't score as many points as I can. I think I have the advantage because the Nighthaunt rules are regarding movement, and their ethereal rule basically counter a lot of the giants' abilities to do damage.
Is this going to be enough to defeat the mighty giants? Let's see how things develop in round 1. Today's game is part of the 9th Nordhammer Age of Sigmar tournament in Hamburg, Germany, and the winner will compete for a chance of winning one of these amazing 3D printed trophies. But back to the game, it looks like the wraiths are going to move first. Julian opens up by trying to cast some spells, and he succeeds twice. During the movement phase, you get to move every one of your units if you so choose. If you choose not to activate a unit, it counts as not moving, which some units can benefit from. The wraiths are moving in to contest the center objective early on in the game.
If he steals an objective from me, I can very easily move to another one.
Another unit moving in to secure the flanks of the attacking troop, and another one just behind it. Now it's time for the hero units to fall in line. Some of Julian's mounted units can teleport freely around the battlefield. For now, he chose to place them in front of his line directly on the objective.
That's my useless phase, so you want to do that.
With ranged units closing in on them, the giants have no other choice but to rush towards the enemy. Edu is making it clear his intention is to charge. Julian won't allow it. He is getting ready to shoot at the giants as they close in on his lines. The giants are met with bolts and arrows flying their way, leaving the unit with 5 wounds.
Just surviving.
This seems to have no effect on the giants who charge straight at the specters.
So I use my Guardian charge. Now 3. 5 with -1.
One of the giants in the unit actually falls while charging. With just 2 giants currently at the objective, the odds suddenly start shifting against Edu.
Nothing, and one attack on, so 2 attacks on 4s and 2s as well. So nothing. Oh.
Losing a third of his unit in the charge, Edu fails to wipe Julian's infantry. How unlucky. After the failed charge, Edu is considering his options.
Yeah, so now I'm gonna go to my hero phase.
Both players cast their spells as the battle for the middle objective continues.
I'm gonna chant with him. I get 2 points, so I got into 3. He will try to cast a spectral lure that will heal a unit.
Edu's hero units run to secure the objective, but time is running out as we move into the second round.
Try to keep the distance and then score objectives and tactics. They will go to here. And in my movement, in the movement phase, this thing can heal something. So it will heal these guys.
Nice. I'm gonna start with the babies.
Yes.
It's combat phase, and Edu is taking initiative.
Points 3. 6s. 3 guys die.
The giants hurl whatever they can grab at the ranged Spectre unit, and then finish them off with a charge. However, this charge places Edu's unit just outside of the helping range of his other hero unit, and vulnerable to being attacked next. It looks like Julian won't let this mistake slide. Wraiths swarm the giants, but one of their champions gets snatched on the approach. Edu had no other choice but to expose himself by engaging the ranged unit who posed a threat to his giants.
We had all the advantage against my army. So now combat.
Edu's giants take some damage, but they also wreak havoc amongst Julian's lines. Despite taking losses, Julian's vanguard presses on trying to push Edu off the objective.
This auto wound. 2 wounds. A lot of misses. 4 wounds. 4 second wave.
Edu's entire unit is wiped in the combat phase. This leaves Edu with just 3 hero units to control the map. For now, both players control the same amount of objectives. Now it's time for Julian's army to move. Starting with his Ravanak's Gnashing Jaws Endless spell. Edu has no choice but stand and watch as the Spectre army advances towards his remaining hero units.
The whole army can run and charge.
I cannot.
Julian's focus shifts to the remaining giants as we move into round 2. The Wraiths are now in full control of the map. The corner objective is now contested by both players. This puts giants at a disadvantage as they only hold 2 objectives. Julian's hero units can now advance onto the middle objective, undisrupted by the remnants of the giant army. Both his mounted units move to the flank of the attacking force, ready to strike at any moment. To avoid getting his main hero unit surrounded, Edu has no other choice but to fall back to a safer location, giving up the objective to Julian.
1 wound, 2 went on this guy.
Edu's giant takes more wounds as it tries to stop Julian in his tracks. It's no use as wraiths seem to come from all directions, like a wedge separating the remaining giant heroes. The same thing happens on the other side of the battlefield as the Spectres give chase to retreating Giant King. Julian tries to charge one of his hero units but fails. Meanwhile, on the other side,
And for every 5+, you take 1 mortal wound because it's trying to eat you. He will use it. Yes, -1 attack if you survive, which I of course hope you don't, but should you survive,
Yay.
the unit survives Julian's attack, taking -1 attack penalty. For now, giants seem to hold the line, but every one of Edu's units is now engaged in battle. Bad luck continues to haunt Edu as battle rages on. He scores some hits on Julian's infantry, but fails to disable his hero units.
Save all of them.
no damage.
Wow.
Unlucky again!
And I will give the Grimghast a 5-up ward. 5 attacks as well, 2s and 3s.
Following his main attacking force, Julian's hero units can cast their spells undisrupted. This is bad news for Edu, who now struggles to keep his hero units alive. Both sides continue to exchange blows when the mighty giant succumbs to its wounds, leaving Edu with just 2 heroes remaining. This game has just gotten harder for Edu, but the Giant King might still be holding an ace up its sleeve.
I use all of them.
7 guys are dead, so it's 13.
The Wraith army now surrounds the giants from all sides. Edu's commander manages to secure his position by wiping Julian's infantry, but with just 2 giants remaining, things don't look good for Edu. It's end of round 2, and Julian currently controls more of the objective points on the map. Edu can now choose to exercise a double turn or let Julian go first. He chooses to double turn.
I'm gonna use 1 command, for rallying him. Yeah.
For 5, so he's back to full, and that's 1 command point gone.
Julian's now in full control of the map as he steals another objective from Edu. Although his Wraith carriage is no significant threat to Edu's King Giant, It's enough to keep him occupied away from the center, where the main battle takes place, and with every passing minute, it's more and more certain the win will go to Julian.
And who will you attack?
Six. 3s and 3s.
Both saved.
Amazing.
Failing to make any significant damage, Edu's giant falls back to secure one of the Julian's corner objectives in a last-ditch effort to score some points, but is soon followed by the relentless Wraith army. The giant eventually succumbs to an overwhelming force giving chase to it, which also marks the end of the game for Edu. 44-22 for Julian, who will advance to the next round of the tournament, while the Mushroom Forest remains haunted until another brave champion tries to cleanse it. Like and subscribe to never miss future episodes.